and discuss trade relations. Well, viewers, those are the headlines and our top focus. Russia and Ukraine have now expressed readiness for further negotiations following talks in Moscow between Russian President Vladimir Putin and US President Donald Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff and Kushner as well. Despite discussions, no progress was made on the key issue of territorial control, with Russia insisting that Ukraine cede the four regions it claims as its own for peace to be possible. Meanwhile, the Kremlin has emphasized its commitment to diplomacy. It's also warned that Russia is ready to confront Europe if the conflict escalates. In the same breath, it is stated that the talks that have taken place are the first step towards peace. It's a part of a larger process. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has insisted that any peace deal must ensure lasting security and prevent future Russian aggression. As fighting continues, especially in the disputed regions of Pokrovsk and Zaporizhia, NATO has now urged Washington and Moscow to involve European allies in the talks as well. NATO chief Mark Rutte has highlighted the importance of maintaining Ukraine's military strength while negotiations unfold. Joining us on the broadcast is Mr. Raymond Vickery, international affairs expert and former U.S. Assistant Secretary of Commerce from Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for taking out time and speaking to us on NewsX World. There's a lot to unpack over here, so I'll go through it one by one. A 5 hours long conversation has transpired yesterday in Moscow between Putin and Steve Witkoff as well. Nothing much has come out of it, but Kremlin has described it as a first step in the path to peace. What do you make of this rhetoric?
Well, thanks very much for having me and allowing me to comment. You know, peace, like war, must be waged, and that requires a strategy. It requires partners. The Trump administration, President Trump, has not taken that approach at all. He's taken that of a real estate developer doing a transaction, sending Mr. Witkoff and his son-in-law to Moscow, is taking two real estate-oriented moguls who really don't have any experience in international diplomatic matters, much less overall geopolitics. My understanding is they basically talked about deals that they could be made. President Trump has taken exactly the wrong approach with Putin, and Putin is playing him like a violin. Putin is a throwback to the old empire-building days of Russia, the empire-building days really of the world, which we jettisoned after World War II in favor of a multilateral cooperative approach with basic principles as expressed in the UN Charter of non-invasion, non-interference, non-aggression. Putin is focused on territory. He wants to reinstitute the Russian Empire. And so you're having so-called negotiators pass as ships in the night with Putin. Putin is threatening war against the rest of Europe, and his approach will not change so long as there isn't some sort of sufficient pressure from other great democracies like India, Western Europe, Japan, as well as in North America, both economically and strategically in the military sphere. So this is an outcome which is to be expected and suits President Putin very much in going forward and trying to do a reconstruction of the Russian Empire.
Indeed, and even as the talks are underway, kinetic action only seems to be escalating on the ground. We've seen counter strikes and counter strikes take place, the action really continuing on the front lines as well. There have been some claims that Kremlin has made with regards to Pokrovsk, which we know is a key logistics hub for the Ukrainians. There was a statement published by Kremlin yesterday that Russia has managed to capture this key city. In your assessment, to what degree is this a setback for the Ukrainians if this claim holds true? And if it does not, then what is the reason for Russia to bluff?
Well, Russia plays a two-faced game. One is the progress on the battlefield, which it claims, even if it hasn't been made. And second is trying to destabilize Western Europe so that they lose the will to support Ukraine. The fall of this city, which is a major transportation hub, would be significant, but not dispositive of the invasion. The fact is, President Putin cares nothing for casualties. Cannon fodder of young men and women are just a part of empire building to him. So he understands only pressure, both economically and militarily. And so long as he feels he is making incremental gains, even though it's costing him in Russian lives, in treasure, and across the board weakening Russia, he doesn't see it that way. He sees it in the old 19th century way of empire building, and it's a very unfortunate approach. But sending two real estate moguls to talk with him about some sort of deal is not going to influence him at all.
All right, sir. With that, I request you to stay